Whew, my goodness, damn. Putting in some work, but I have to stop real quick. Wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow. We already know what's been going on as far as with the Tyson Fury and the Deontay Wilder saga. How that's price pretty much official. And PBC is pretty much running that event because when it came to the previous event, Top Rank ran that, and ESPN had the lead on that particular event. Already got that news. Deontay Wilder signed. We just waiting on Tyson Fury to man up and sign that contract, and that's basically going to be official. But the big news out of nowhere, this is how you do it. There's no talking over and over and over and over again. There's no yapping about, oh, next week, mate. We'll get it done next week, mate. We'll get it done next week, mate. No, you just sit in the back, you shut up, you negotiate, and you get things done. People have been wondering for a long time, when is Spence fighting next? When's his fighting next? When's Manny Pacquiao fighting next? Okay? When are all these fights going to be announced? Why isn't PBC announcing all these fights? Why haven't they put these particular fights that we're waiting for on the table? Because unlike those other people over there, let's say with Top Rank, let's say with Matchroom, okay, it's not about talking, and hyping up people and bringing them up to a peak and then letting everything just crash down. Like it's happening right now when it pertains to the fans in the UK, when it comes to that fake undisputed chat bout between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury that was never going to happen. Just like I said, they're going to bring it up to a peak, to a certain peak climax, and then you're going to get a burst of disappointment. But they shut up. Al Heyman stayed quiet. He negotiated, and it's official. On Manny Pacquiao's account, verified account, with the Fox label on it. I'm about to say Floyd Mayweather. Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao next in August. I think it's the 24th, something like that. I forget the date, but who gives a ish? It's in August. Okay, on Fox pay-per-view in Las Vegas. It's official. He negotiated. They got it done. A lot of us, I thought he was going to be fighting Ugas next. That's what I thought Spence was going to be fighting. I thought when it came to Manny Pacquiao, I thought he was probably going to be fighting Mikey Garcia next. I thought they would do that bout. Then after that bout was done, pretty much done, I thought Manny Pacquiao maybe fight Earl Spence, or he might just retire, or he might do a fight in the Philippines. I was thinking maybe that's what he would do, but I guess that's not the case. I guess pretty much what he wants to do is take on the best pretty much fighter out there when it comes to the welterweight division, and see what he can do. This is the biggest fight he could basically be set up. And I was saying the whole time, why would he fight Terence Crawford? It makes no sense for him to fight Terence Crawford. Him fighting against Earl Spence is fighting against the same level of difficulty. It's the same level of opposition, except when it comes to Earl Spence, it's on your side. Manny Pacquiao signed to Al Heyman. Manny Pacquiao is a PBC fighter. Your people are in charge of the entire event. They're in charge of everything when it comes to getting the funds, when it comes to the gate, when it comes to the merch, when it comes to getting the venue, everything. You don't have to worry about all the BS that you would have to worry about if you dealt with Bob Arum, somebody that has robbed you probably of at least $100 million. Somebody that did you dirty for a very long period of time. Someone where a lot of people have sued him due to the fact that he hasn't paid them for their fights. You can name them, line the list down, whether it be De La Hoya, whether it be Floyd Mayweather, whether it be Mikey Garcia. The list could go on forever. Okay, I believe Cotto had a lawsuit going on against him as well. Okay, it could literally go on forever, the amount of people that have sued that man because of the dirty tactics that he has as far as stealing your money. Instead of doing that, why would you do that when you could, keep everything in-house and have your people, the people that you trust, be 100% in complete control of that bout? And it seems as if that's what's been done. He negotiated. He decided he's coming back. And I guess even if the Crawford thing, they had a thing that $40 million guarantee that he needed in escrow in his bank account so he knows he's straight, couldn't be done. But when it came to Al Heyman, he got it done. Got the things handled when it comes to arbitration to make sure what's it called? Deontay Wilder got his fight. We got Gervonta Tank Davis coming up with a big fight. We got the undisputed bout between that's with Charlo that's coming up. Everything's been done. He's getting things done. And then when it comes to another event in Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao, it's got that done. Pretty much all the biggest events of this year, especially in the second half of the year, are going to be all PBC events. You know, and it's all about shutting up and handling your business. You know, and people are wondering, hey, what's going on with PBC? Hey, all the, these fights aren't coming up. And I said, due to the fact that things were opening up, I'm thinking they're looking at pushing things a little bit further in the second half of the year so the fighters can get more revenue because they only fight twice a year anyway. So they can get more of this revenue as it pertains, to the gate, as it pertains to the concessions. So just push things a little bit further. And I expected them to be very top heavy when it came to the second half of the year. And that's what it's looking like it's gonna be. This is a big fight. This is gonna be probably Manny Pacquiao's last fight, and they said that they're gonna be Manny said his last fight is pretty much gonna be pushing it as his last fight. This is his retirement fight. This might be the last time that you ever see Manny Pacquiao ever fight again. This could be it. This could be the last time you ever see him fight. So this fight is huge. This fight is huge. This fight, I don't know. It might be as big. I don't think it's gonna be as big as. I don't know. This Manny Pacquiao's last fight. I wouldn't be shocked if this fight ended up being as big as Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up generating as much. I know the gate is gonna be ridiculous. I know the pay-per-views are gonna be ridiculous for this. This is huge, and Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao was signed to Top Rank forever. Bob Arum couldn't get it done. Manny Pacquiao signs to PBC, takes on Adrian Broner, takes on Keith Thurman, and now Earl Spence is getting the freaking Manny Pacquiao fight. The fight that Terrence Crawford has been screaming about and have been trying to get for ages. But he gets it done. Al Heyman gets it done. And now Terrence Crawford's going to have to sit back, punching in the air. In my Boys in the Hood impression. Sitting there just shaking his head because you see what's happening on the other side. And by now, if this man doesn't realize that you need to leave that situation, in order to reach the supposed goals that you want, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But, you make the choices you make in life, and you live with the consequences. Earl Spence decided to sign Al Heyman, decided to stay with him, and you see what's happening with his career. So it is what it is. But yes, it's official. Manny Pacquiao versus Earl Spence. Crazy. And man, everybody's going to be talking about this one. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.